It's got meat, it's got carbs, it's got a little veg in there, and all you need to serve it up with is a fruit salad for the perfect brunch showstopper. We're gonna move over to the stove and get started right away. So we'll start by preheating our skillet over medium-high heat. Once it's hot, we'll be adding in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and then we'll be adding in all of that gorgeous chicken sausage. So next up, now that we've got a nice browned sausage, we're gonna add in our green onions or scallions, which we've just thinly sliced. Then we'll be adding in our thyme, oregano, and cayenne pepper for a little heat. And finally, our garlic. Once you can smell the garlic, we don't wanna overcook it because it'll start to burn. We know this is already done, which is awesome. So we're gonna season it up with a little bit of salt, fresh black pepper, and then we're actually gonna deglaze our pan because we wanna pick up all of these golden brown bits on the bottom. So we'll add in just a little bit of water, and then we're gonna start to scrape up the bottom of our pan to get all of those gorgeous brown bits up because that's where all the flavor is. Once we've scraped up all these gorgeous brown bits, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're gonna set this aside while we start on our polenta. Instead of cooking our polenta in water, we're gonna use 4 cups of skim milk. It's really important when boiling milk to make sure that we don't bring it to a boil and then it boils over. So we've got it to a low boil, we've got some nice bubbles here, and now we've got our polenta. And what we're gonna start to do is just whisk in our polenta. So just a little bit at a time. We've got the heat around a low, medium heat right now, but we're gonna turn it down again in just a second. We're gonna keep our heat around that medium-low, and we're gonna whisk for about 2 minutes until we see that the polenta is starting to expand and absorb all of that delicious milk. So now we're gonna stop whisking for a second. We're gonna turn down the heat to low, and we're gonna let our polenta start to bubble. It's gonna take about 7 minutes, and we want the polenta to get a nice thick consistency. So we'll be stirring every 30 seconds or so for the next 7 minutes. So now that our polenta's gotten nice and thick, we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're gonna season it up with a pinch of salt and a hit from some black pepper. We have half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. So now we'll be adding in our sausage mixture, and we're just gonna dump that and any of the juices that we have in the pan. The more we get in here, the more delicious it will be. All right, so we're into one of the last steps for our ultimate polenta bake. We've got 4 large eggs. Give these a light beat. We're gonna slowly, because our polenta mixture is still really hot and we don't want the eggs to start to scramble inside the mixture, we're gonna add just a little bit of our egg mixture, and we're just gonna start stirring it in here. So we're gonna move over to our baking dish now. I have this really cute blue one. You could use any oven-safe dish. We've got a little bit of olive oil here, but remember, if you're, again, looking to control calories and fat, then please go ahead and use a cooking spray. We don't need a lot here, just a light greasing just to make sure that it doesn't stick. And then we're just gonna empty all of our amazing polenta mixture right into here. Now, we're gonna cover this with plastic wrap, and we're gonna be letting it sit at room temperature until it comes down to room temperature. We want that to happen so that this dish can set, because if we were to cook it now, it would just explode in the oven. The nice thing is that if you're having people over on the weekend, you can always make this the day before, cover, refrigerate, and then just bake at 425 for 25 minutes right before your guests arrive. Our polenta sausage bake is all done, and I cannot wait to try it. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a little piece from the corner here where it's nice and crispy. So this was in the oven for about 25 minutes, and then we popped it under the broiler for about 5, just to give it that nice browned edge. And you can see here, it's gooey, but it's still got that kind of like almost a bread puddingy texture. I love this, it's so savory and yummy. So now I get to try it. Oh yeah. So important when making this not to overbake it. You want to have a little bit of a springiness because you want that creaminess in there. We don't want it to bake like it's completely a cornbread. This is so good. It's low calorie, it's low fat, and it's got tons of calcium from all that milk we cooked the polenta in. This is gonna do wonders for your next brunch. Thanks so much for checking out The Hot Plate. Make sure to check out this and all of our other episodes and recipes at thehotplate.com and updates on our Facebook page, facebook.com/thehotplate.